1 p.m. and we have a class, so let's do class, you know, and the people who is missing today's class, they will have a YouTube recording and they can see and follow up us on our Zillow training. Today I mostly want to hear the stories, but also want to share one approach that I think is better to do, and that's, I'll tell you which approach, mostly for new agents. Let's say here a Zillow lead, right? So I'm sending you a Zillow lead, and you're getting Zillow lead. And you already know somebody wants 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, right? So you know the territory, you know the price, you know the bedrooms and bathrooms. So in general, you know. However, let's say this one particular property is available and you can show it, right? Make a phone call and make an appointment for this one particular property. Because when you're making an appointment for this one particular property, so you have a relationship with a client, that client will be working with you. After that, what I was doing, I was sending automatic search, I was circling neighborhood, let's say in North Miami, around this main subject property, and putting criteria, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 200,000 price, and then I would have, let's say, 15 different properties. So I was sending these properties to my client and asking, oh, go check which one you like. So now I think it's, if the client is responding to you, it's better. Don't give him too much information, because some people are not very skillful with the computer, internet, and especially, we think that MLS is easy to read, where is square feet, where is price, where is statistic, but for people who never did this, it's difficult, and they are lost, and they feel relationship with this difficult because you are very technically savvy and they are not, and you may lose them. So I had a conversation with Boris, and I was discussing with him that it's better if you have a response from the client, you're talking with him, and she or he talks with you, don't throw on them like 20 similar properties and ask them select 3. Don't, because you may lose the client. Select for them. You know what they're looking for, right? And you have a phone conversation. So what's the key in order to be very helpful to your client? Listen. Take a piece of paper and ask questions, like a basic question. Main question, right? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? 3, 2. And I accept 3, 1, 2. Okay, continue. Do you want a garage to be included, like in the house, or it's not really important? It's not important. Do you want furnished or unfurnished? Let's say the kid has allergy and they don't want, carpet, let's say carpet, right? They don't want carpet. So say no carpet, tile, marble, or with the option to change the carpet. Ask as many questions as you can and listen and take notes of what they're looking, Why? Because when you go and do automatic search, you see 15 similar properties, don't send to him. You already know, according to the description, what client wants, what he likes. So select by yourself. Select 4, 5 properties, not more than 5. Select 5 properties and look to these properties and see, like for yourself, if you buy for yourself, why you like that, why you don't like that, and is that the criteria that your client was talking with you. Make an appointment just after the first showing and tell the client that I have for you similar 4 other properties that you can go and see the ones that you like. We will go there, we will see, we will check, but guess what? I have 4 others. And if the client will ask you, why I need 4 others? You just tell, because that gives you more information, what's there on the market, what's the other products similar on the market. That gives you information and me information. Is that asking price is correct or not correct? Can you get something better for the price that you want to pay? Is the deal that you want to make offer is a great deal? It's above market? It's below market price? So you're educating them and they like you because you are doing something extra for clients' understanding, but actually you don't. You're doing your job. But what we kind of, as I mentioned, we're polishing our style. If client is not responding for the text, for the phone calls, for the emails, then you do automatic search and send to the email, this automatic search. Then yeah, do it, because he's not responding to your text, he's not responding to your phone calls, he's not responding to your emails, put them in automatic search notification. In this case, you are trying everything in order to get the client's attention. But again, if you're talking with client, don't scare with 15 houses from the MLS that you need special little training, instruction, how to read it, how to understand it, where is the map, where to push now. And so that was my experience, and when we were working, we kind of lost a couple of clients, and we talked with the board and said, we don't need to send them out and go to your computer, open this, press, click here, check it, look through the pictures, which one you like. Don't do that. Ask questions. Find out what your client wants. Does they want near to the school, near to the church, near to the highways? What they want. And just search according to their searching criteria. And show them 4, 5, and there's different strategies. Some strategies, the best one that you think they will like, keep at the end. That's a good strategy. Other strategies, the best one, show in the beginning. So they see the best one in the beginning enough to show worse. So he will think, oh, the first one was best. So he will be, every showing he has, he will think, first one was best. I mean, it's different strategies, actually there is a pros and cons for each of these strategies. And I personally prefer to show first best, because they remember that, this first feeling, And after that, oh, the next one, this is worse, they say, okay, this is something different, worse, and after they want to revisit the second time. So when they revisit second time, that's the chances are very high that they will make an offer. That's nice, but it's up to you. It's your style, your little kung fu you can figure out by yourself. But there is like 2 different styles. Anyway, also remember, guys, the people who is buying single-family homes or properties, probably they're making one of the most important decisions in their life about buying such a huge, valuable thing, investment. So they'll be scared, and you need to be professionally but pushy, a little bit pushy. If you believe that's a good deal, if you believe it's a good price, you need to say, you need to sign it. You need to make offer, that's a good deal. I'm a professional and I'm telling you that's a deal for you. You need to make this offer. If you believe it's not, be true, be honest. Share your concern, share what's in this property you don't like, and you can always remember, put in the offer contingencies. What if, for example, right now I have a client, if he wants to buy a house on the canal, but house doesn't have a dog. Seller says, oh, you can have a dog, just go to the city, they'll give you the permit, you will be. But I'm saying no, we'll put in the offer that if city will not approve a permit for the dog for this house by the closing time, deal is off. Because sometimes what happens, guys? Sometimes some cities does not want any dogs. Yeah, you have a canal, you have a place for dog, but they have a new rule, new regulation, new zoning that you cannot have something. So there is millions of things that could happen. And you need to think about that and put in your offer different things. Anyway, back to the Zillow. What we're doing here, and very successful. And we have a 1-star today. Mike said, I want to ask after to share experience because he already has the contracts. And so other people will share too their experience, how it's going, what's good, what's bad. Like for example, Boris came today and we just polished this. I'm sorry, I just need to answer this. Client, so I need to respond to make it offer, cash, nice commission. Anyway, success stories. Success stories. Mike, I want to hear how it was. You know, I like the idea that you created a team. That's very smart, guys. Why? Because when you have somebody who is your teammate, you are more accountable. When you are alone, you getting a little bit lazy because you need to do something, you need to discipline yourself. And you know, sometimes good days, sometimes bad days, somebody, I don't know, makes you happy one day, somebody hurts you one day, so your work habit changed. But when you have a partner, that's accountability. That you have a plan, and according to this plan, you are accountable to each other. So you're valuing each other's time, energy, and resources. It's better. So my advice to you, bless you. See, he proved, Nicholas proved that. Thank you. That find somebody, became a partner. That's a great idea, good idea. If you feel yourself comfortable, strong, good, good. But if you can partnership with somebody, that's good idea. Anyway, Mike, please.
Well, the partnership works out well too because I can't speak Spanish that well. My partner speaks Spanish very well. And our first Zillow deal came in, and the lady had found a condo over on Diana Court, over in the Hollywood area. And it was on the first floor unit, and I got the lead. Mireya was in the area, so she was able to go show it. She got out there, she called me up, and right as she was going out there, one of the best things to do is pull other sales, condos that are selling in the area, just in case this one, they don't like it, you've got something else to show them. So that's exactly what she did. The lady looked at the first one, she's going, oh, I don't know, I want a Murphy bid, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. And she says, well, let me show you this other one upstairs. So she takes the lady upstairs. Everything in this unit was exactly what she wanted. It had the Murphy bed, it had the furnishings that she wanted, all the dishes, it was turnkey. So we put an offer in that day, and it was a cash offer. We got the contract in here and ready to go. I had another lead come in, and the lady was looking for a single family home. She didn't want to pay homeowners dues. And the price range that she wanted in the area, you can't get it. She wanted to spend around between $450,000 and $500,000. Homes in the areas that she was looking for were from $650,000 to $800,000. So I explained to her, I said, listen, what payment are you looking for? Because you can get a condo, it's going to cost you less, and by the time you add the dues to it, you're going to have the same payment, but you'll have more of what you're looking for in luxury in this condo than a house, because the homes are going to be less, they don't have all the upgrades, they're not as nice, they don't have the amenities. So she says, I'm looking to spend about $3,200 a month. I said, well, let me show you a few condos. So I sent her a couple of penthouses and some other condos, and she called me back. She says, I fell in love with this condo. She says, it's beautiful. I said, I told you. So sure enough, I went out there and showed it to her. It's 2,500 square feet. It's a top floor. All the windows open up through the whole condo. They kind of feel like an accordion. So you got the whole outside, inside. It's beautiful. Fully furnished. And the listing price was $465,000. She says, what do you think we should offer? I said, let's go with $420,000. So put an offer in, sure enough, came back. They did a verbal acceptance. They'll be back Friday to sign off on it. And that one was sold. So we did two of those in the last 2 weeks. And we also have a lease that we're working on right now too. So it's been pretty good. I'm gonna tell you a key though. If you got it, you've got to create a friendship, trust with your customer. They've got to believe in you. They've got to believe that you know what you're doing. These people on Zillow and Realtor.com, they're trying to find a deal. So if you can let them see that you're the person that can bring them that deal, that you know what you're doing, it makes a huge difference. That's how I built up my clientele. It's working good. And I only got my license 2 months ago. But I've been doing it for a long time.
Thank you, Mike, for sharing your experience and story. And yes, he's right. Very important when you're working with somebody to create a friendship, relationship that they'll trust you. Because again, I'll return to the point that the people who is buying the property probably making the most important financial decision in their life. And they need somebody that they somehow trust, that somehow they believe that person is honest, professional, and you need to present yourself like that. Because there is a lot of unfair, slicky, tricky real estate or other professionals who will do everything for the money. And especially in South Florida, there is a lot of cases like that, and people are scared. So you can convince them that's not the case in your situation when you'll be honest, when you'll be working for them like for yourself, presenting all pros and cons and positives and negatives about the property, and putting your heart there. Because with each client, you will get a commission, and you get a friendship, and you get referrals, and you get the network. Now, last time, the Scott Cutler, criminal lawyer, friend of mine, who just became a friend of mine 5 years ago, from simple lease contract. And after that, we sold 20 properties together. He was sending me clients, I was sending him clients, and now he is renting one of the small offices here. So I have a lot of such friends, and probably the major part for my success, let's say, in the real estate, because of referral, because of the good name, because there is nobody in this business can say that I ever somewhere where unfair did something wrong. It's a value. It's a value. So you creating for yourself a name, a brand. You are independent contractor, guys. You are a brand. You are like BMW, Rolls-Royce, or I like cars, Bugatti. Angela probably will say Louis Vuitton or Chanel. You are the brand, and your name is independent contractor. You're creating your brand. You're creating the name. You're creating the network. Every person that you met in the real estate, it's in your network. You need to have a database, name, phone number, email, occupation, where they live, rental or they own, where they want to move, where their rent is expired, what do you think, when they are going to buy, what they are looking for, and have the calendar. And in this calendar you will have these red lights showing that this guy already needs to move, buy, sell, etc. As many as you have, as many businesses you have. So leads that I'm providing to you, it's just a source that we are paying in order to you to give opportunity to make money, to close sales. And as I mentioned, we're polishing our style and we're sharing our experience. Like Boris came to me and said, why I'm sending to these guys, they never check it and I'm looking. So yeah, don't send. Just select 5 best or 4 best, go there and show them. Let's just say, okay, you need to come with me, I need to show you. Do you know why? Because when you show something, that's your claim, that you can claim the commission there. If somebody else shows or sells it, your claim, you showed it already. That will be subject of next conversation. But anyway, I want one more story. Holger, maybe you will share with whom you're working and how you're working and etc.
I got a couple of questions, and I was sharing with them when you were out that in most of the single leads that we're getting are first-time buyers, or what can we say about that? Because For instance, we have to put ourselves in the first time buyer mind to see what they are, in order to treat them. So that's one question that I have. Would you say that most of them are first time buyers, or we have to ask them and find out?
Okay, so you're asking a question.
Yeah. What is your suggestion about that?
Guys, there's different clients, different people. For example, sometimes I have in Zillow here, they're looking for $50,000 single family home or apartment, and I'm kind of disappointed, let's say, right? No, don't be, because do you know who is this guy? This guy sits in Canada or New York, he's an investor. He has 25, 50, 70, 80,000 one-bedroom apartments, and they're renting. So it's the investors. In this case, investors. You look here and say, oh, I don't want to work with this. It's just 50,000. And I pick up a couple when I was starting. And they're investors. They buying like a bunch of properties together, like 20, 30, and they keeping, and they are just looking strictly to capital rate. So they bought for 100,000, they renovated for 5,000, they're renting for 1,200. So their cap rate is approximately, after they pay association fee and taxes, 6%, 7%. That's investors, and there is a lot of investors, because they are where? In New York, in North, in Chicago, in Canada, in London, in, I don't know, Brazil, Colombia. They want to invest their money in safe, tangible assets. That's our plus. We have safe, tangible assets. Where? In South Florida. Why it's safe? Because it's America. Why it's tangible? Because it's a real estate. Why it has a good rate of liquidity? Because it's South Florida, people coming and going. Every day, 1,000 people are moving to Florida. 1,000 every day, statistics. Can you imagine? 1,000 every day. We need to get the shares of this market. And so, investors and other people, first-time buyers. First-time buyers, yeah, they're okay. What's the percentage? I would say 45%. 45% will be first-time buyers. Other percent, the people that just want to move, for example, from north, they want to move to the south. From other states, move to South Florida. That's around 20%, I would say. Investors, another, let's say, 10%. So we have different. Majority of them, probably 40-45% will be first-time buyers. But that does not mean they are FHA. It's a foreigners market here. So they may be like a high probability it's cash buyers if they're foreigners. Or they're conventional 30% down payment. Like Nick, for example, I want just, it's good point that you two turn and include yourselves here. So let's say a foreigner just arrived from Colombia, wants to buy a single family home. Do we have a program for such a foreign buyer?
That's 80% of our business, so yeah. 30% minimum. And then let me talk to them, because each country is different, so there's a lot of documentation required. But yeah, that's most of what we do.
So what kind of qualification, many qualifications they need to have?
They have to understand that interest rate's going to be high. It's not going to be something that you see when you walk into a bank. That's number one. Minimum 30% down. Very likely going to have to hold it in corporate title. And if they have verifiable assets and verifiable income in their home country, it makes it a lot easier. Then I can get them a couple of points above whatever the bank rate is. If not, then it's just going to be all funded loan, so 10-something%. But I can get it for 6. And if it's a big investor, I'm doing one in Porsche Design. I got the guy 5%. So that was a $4.5 million loan. So, and he's from Ukraine. So it's out there. You just have to know how to structure it. Short version, just send them to me.
Yes, guys, and that's very valuable that when you have a buyer, the first showing is what? Free. But for the second showing and move forward, you need to ask the question. That's the goal in our business. Show me the money. Where is your money? Do you have a cash? Show me the bank account. Do you have a pre-approval letter? Show me pre-approval letter. And if you don't have none of them, then let's talk with my mortgage broker. And you have Nicholas, you have Alexander, you have Carlos, you have Melissa, you have Kate, or you can become by yourself the mortgage broker. And you just dial the phone number, give the phone to this client, and online will be one of your mortgage broker, and they will qualify them. They'll ask a couple questions, and they will see if the guy is qualified or not. And in this case, you bring two sales in the companies, real estate and the mortgage. You know, it's good for you because you control the situation here, because your mortgage broker sits here. You know everything what's happening. You know, so that's another benefit to be part of our holding. You know, real estate, mortgage, title, concierge, business brokerage. That's everything together. Anyway, do anybody who wants to share their story? Angela, don't Misha, Michael. You don't want to share?
What can I say?
What you did? Let's say, did you call? What was success? What was the problem?
Okay.
I know you always
I
like.
got a lead yesterday for one of our company listed. So I called the guy. Guy said, "Yeah, I'm sometimes interested in this. I would like to set that for you." Okay. And he said, "I got my own agent, so he's gonna call you and set that for you." I said, "Okay, let him call you." Nobody called. I sent them email. I sent them text. Guy just disappeared.
Not that fast, during the day, whole day.
Just kill the lead. It's okay.
I
That
thought-
happened, guys. That happened. Remember,
Yeah, I spoke to Jose about this list, it was his listing actually.
it was his listing.
Yeah,
Ah.
so Jose listened, so he said to just send the guy over and tell him to figure out something. Okay, so it.
Yeah, Roman, the fact that the leads, I mean, all the people that you're sending with the leads, that they are going to Silo and Julia, it seems to me like most of them are trying to contact the agent directly. So when we get the leads, we have to take the time to educate them that we're going to be helping them to make the best decision and to make sure that whatever they're buying, they're not going to find any trouble later on. Because, you know, as he said, I mean, sometimes you text them and they don't respond because they probably feel like we're going to take something from their money or something like that. So we have to educate that we don't get to charge them anything that is free, and because our commission comes from a different way. So that might be something that we need to do also, you know, especially when they are first-time buyers, to educate them what is our role and that we're going to be helping them make the best decision.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I love this conversation that you are sharing. You know, you are just complaining about something. So let me kind of summarize what happened right now here.
I'm not complaining.
You are not complaining.
I'm
Good
trying.
guy.
Well, I got some leads, but
Okay.
I don't know why, but most of them are not in Miami right now because the lead you have on your computer right now, that is for 105, it's Richard. I talked to him yesterday, I sent him, well, I explained him and answered all his questions about this particular property. I sent him a list of 13 other apartments. He got back to me that he don't like anything of those, so I sent him another list of 75 properties, like everything on the market, and he's quite good. Well, what can I do? I sent him 13 that I choose, that I thought would be a good good like choice for him. And he said, oh, I don't like any of it. So I did a larger map with a little different criteria. So I took 75 and sent him, like that's pretty much everything we have in your criteria. So let's see if you like something of those. So, but he's in Washington, D.C. He will be coming maybe in a few weeks in Miami. He told me, well, I'm going to call you. We'll go see some properties. I have another lead. She is in New York right now. She will be coming in a month or so. But still, it's not bad because it's building up some relationship with these people, and hopefully they are coming to Miami, and hopefully they will, you know.
Trust me, deals on the
They
way
get coffee
to
for
you.
sure.
Yeah.
One more shot. Loves this class today. That's
I'm
why.
not gonna share, I
That's
just
what I'm
wanted to
talking-
comment on what you said, you sent him 75 properties. I just personally purchased a house not too long ago. If I got a list of more than 10, I was sick and tired of looking at them. He's not gonna look at them.
It
But
depends.
by the time I get to the 10th one, I can't remember what the first one was. And I'm so tired, I don't wanna deal with this anymore.
Well, you
But
have
at the
you
same
have to
time,
filter
when-
them out.
Right, but I know that
I
he is.
what?
You have to filter them out. So if you don't like something, you dump it.
I don't even know how to do that.
Or your
As a
agent should
customer.
explain that to you.
Okay, well, they didn't. So now everybody knows you should explain that.
Right, but at the same time, when he sees these 5 properties that he's already told me that he doesn't like any of them, he will just
Send
keep
him 10
looking
more.
on Zillow. He will
10
just
more.
keep looking, and here I just show that. I mean, I did choose for him 13 properties, and he didn't like any of them. So then I'm just showing what is on the market for him to understand that at least
Hey,
it's
Boris,
pretty much it.
Boris, I have when somebody tells you that he doesn't like, you send him 13 properties, and he doesn't like. You know what I do the first time? What do you don't like? Then he will start to open up and say, oh, I don't like this bedroom, I don't like. Then you can next time send him something he likes, but don't send him 75 properties. He will never talk to you. It's a waste of your time and waste of his time. He will see 75 properties. He will die next to the computer. What are you sending to him? Send him 2 properties. He said, this is the best what I found. You want this bedroom? I got you this. You want this bed? You want this bed? I got you this location. But if you don't know, he says, he thinks, you know, I will send another broker will send me 80 properties, another 100 properties. You know, I'm not sitting all day long by the computer. You know, it's a waste of time. Ask him what he does like. Send him 2 properties and say, what you don't like? What? Tell me what. If he'll say, oh, in general, okay, in general I can't work with you then. You know, what's general?
No, he explained that he wants something like that need less renovations to put in, that
Okay.
he likes something a little newer building, and he at the same time
So
wants
you
to
know,
be a
so you
pretty
know,
little
so don't send him
price range.
75 properties. You're killing yourself and you're killing the buyer. You will never sell them anything.
Hopefully I will. Okay, I will. No, I understand. No, I understand your point.
You
I
understand,
I
right?
will try to.
Anybody else? Share? Good. Thank you. Thank you guys for. No. Thank you for sharing. Let me summarize. Okay. First of all, guys, who we are? We're a salesman. We are selling our product. So, what you need to remember, it will be a lot of rejection. A lot. I was telling to you, 1 from 10 successful. Do you know what national is? When Realtor.com was trying to sell me leads, they told me national is 3 from 100. I said, no way. I said, in my business in South Florida, we have 1 from 10. He said, wow, congratulations. Realtor.com called them, say, I want to buy the zip code. What's the average national United States? It's a rate from 100 leads. How many? Realtor.com will tell you 3 from 100. I'm telling you, according to our experience, 1 from 10. And it's realistic, very positive realistic. So what does it mean? It means 9 times they will not call you back. 9 times something happens. 9 times the rejection. 9 times you lose money, gas, time, disappointment. 9 times. And you need to remember about it. It's a numbers game. It's simply a numbers game. So be prepared for that. And also one thing I want to share with you. I was working in Washington, D.C. for government accountability office, and something was happening in my personal life. I was coming to the work like this, and I'm tired, and and one good friend of mine told me, he told me, when you come into work, you need to smile with all your teeth. You need to be a superstar. Everybody should think that you are a walking success. And when they see that you are walking success, they want part of you. They want to be next to you. They want to ask you something. She proved it. They want to be, how are you doing that? And it just inside of you turns the light saying, I'm happy, I'm successful. I'll close this one deal as it will be for 100,000. I'm closing right now, by the way, $5 million, so I'll do that. It's 3%, so I'm going to 150,000. So great, right? So the same you need to turn in yourself. Be a salesman, dress nice, present your product. And one more thing that I start in my presentation, listen to your client. What you want, what's for you good and what's for you bad. And look to these properties and analyze what he will buy according to this experience, explanation. Pen and paper. Carpet, yes, no. Pets, yes, no. High floor, yes, no. Next to the school, yes, no. Next to the church, yes, no. Next to the highway, yes, no. Corner, yes, no. Pool, the deck, the tree, as many questions. And when you know these answers, just go there and do your homework. Not 75, 5, not 10, 5. And say, this 5 is the best. I did my work. I spent all day for analyzing according to your criteria. And this is good because your kids will go to the best school. This is good because it was just built in 2005 and it has new walls or something. This is good. So, know your product. You cannot be great salesman if you don't know your product. You need to know your product. Impress him with some specifics that he does not see and you see. So be professional, because in this business, 20% of real estate agents makes money. 80% waste time. My time, your loved one's time, because we may do something better. So become this 20%. Be fire and be professional and do your homework. Okay? So that's what.
Friendly, aggressive.
You be friendly, aggressive, and push them. Make them understand that you are the valuable partner, friend for them to make the most important purchase in their life. And never give up. Never ever give up. Move, develop, polish your style, ask questions to your friends. But when you ask questions and you get the answer, implement this answer. Just don't say, okay, but after send 5 again. No. Go there, analyze everything, and send 5 orders. But anyway, you have a great asset. What is asset? Leads, I'm giving you leads. I'm paying for this lead. Just call and work. Do your homework. Second asset, the office. Bring them here. When they see this office, this environment, this vibe, this technology, they want to stay with you. Because, am I right?
Right.
Yeah. 99% who I brought here a client, show on the screen and look to the Joel. He started working with me like 4 years ago. And he was like a guy with his ears like that, and he was taking this smile like that. Now he's closing 20 deals per quarter. He sits here, he doesn't need this, he went over all these. Closes deals, he started like that. Now he is a businessman. So what's the question? What's the key? Persistence, positivity, professionalism. And you all have that. And you also have the best